Hey y'all, it's Mitch, one of the hosts of the show here. I'm just going to do a quick intro, fill you guys in on some stuff before the show starts while the music kicks in. So first of all, like I just said, I'm Mitch. The other guy you're going to hear in a second, that's my beautiful co-host. The equal kind of beautiful co-host, who also has a good brain, Kevin LeBlanc. You're going to love him. Next, we're new to this, not true to this. We don't have any experience with podcasting, and we have very little experience with Beast Wars. We watched it when we were very young children. I think that's all I wanted to let you guys know. If you guys have any advice on things we could improve on or what we could do in the future, you can hit us up at Beastiesality on Twitter or beastiesality@gmail.com if you like to do emails. Hey, and welcome to the welcome to the Beastiesality podcast. Yeah. The podcast about beasties or Transformers Beast Wars, depending on where you grew up. This is the first episode, so we're kind of just, getting our feet on the ground here, so bear with us. But we just watched the first episode. Pretty fresh, too. I'm sure we saw it.
Yeah, I have a lot. I think there's a lot to talk about. What do you think? Kind of about the premise of like what kind of thing they're dealing with.
Yeah, honestly, it's a little bit more confusing than I would have expected a kids show to.
Yeah. I definitely had to be writing stuff down, and I'm hoping that you remembered stuff that I was confused about. Okay. Definitely a lot for a first episode.
Here's baseline information about the universe that we're in. The Transformers Beasties universe. Is this it? I guess in the beginning we're looking at the original Transformers.
Yeah, and I don't know too much about that.
I feel that's because Optimus Prime's there. Megatron's there. It seems like these are like the original Transformers.
Yeah. And they're like wrapping up some other kind of, or not wrapping up, but like
something.
There was some other thing. Yeah.
And then so the Autobots, who I guess are now called Maximals.
Yeah, and I want to get into that in a little bit too, but yeah,
are being chased by the Decepticons, who are now Predacons.
Yes. Everybody's
got new names, basically. But yeah, they're being chased by the Predacons, who I guess are in classic villain fashion, decide to just toy with them instead of destroy them right away. And that makes it so they both crash land on this unknown, strange planet to them. That has this important mineral called energon.
Yeah, and that.
But that's all. It's important to them, but it also hurts them.
Yeah, and I was hoping Energon was like a person for a second,
yeah, like John.
Yeah, and they're all called. There's like Cybertron and Megatron, and so right. I thought Energon would be kind of cool. But yeah, no, I guess it's a mineral. And I don't fully understand that. It hurts them, but they need it, and it makes them better. But they're immune to it if they look like an animal, basically.
Right, so that gets us into why they're no longer the original Autobots and Decepticons, I guess, is because they arrive on this planet, realize they can't survive because of Energon.
Yeah.
Which is the thing that they came for in the first place, but it hampers their survival because it hurts robots unless the robots are disguised as animals?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if you were to touch one of these guys in animal form, do they have real animal outside and that's what protects them, or are they completely metal and it's like synthetic?
I wonder. This is jumping forward a little bit, but there's the scene where Cheetor tries to run with
tries
the
to interact.
other cheetahs.
Yeah.
And they're afraid of him.
Yeah.
So it would seem like there's at least something distinguishing that he's not just
it is
an animal.
true, but also I think animals, they kind of don't even like animals from other groups and stuff too. So maybe they just thought he was like who's this cheetah? You know what I mean? Like didn't even realize he's like some other, not that they would realize he's a robot, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. They might have just thought that he was just like a cheetah from the other side of
just
the planet
like
or something.
Yeah, surprised that he would try to interact like usually even if there was a cheetah from another tribe, they would kind of understand the rules that they don't just try and kind of come to communicate with these other cheetahs.
So wait, do you think this is like Earth and they just forgot about Earth? Like it has all Earth animals.
Right. Well, it could be that they don't recognize it because they did say it could be from a different time.
Right.
But they take dinosaur fossils, so it is sometime after dinosaurs. Is it good? After dinosaurs, but yeah, maybe there's humans on this planet. Like, I have no idea. But yeah, I'm still curious about whether they have actual part animal flesh on them, and that's what protects against Energon, or if there's just some kind of unexplained animal form helps them.
There's got to be something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
And I like how quickly they were just like, Energon's gonna hurt us. It's like as if they've done this before with different life forms on a different planet. They're like, just get the scanner out, we'll make animal forms.
Yeah,
like they right away were like,
Autobots.
Yeah,
like they landed on Earth and they were like, what's the most powerful creature
yeah, a
here?
fire truck. That's true.
I'm a boombox.
Yeah, you kind of screwed up on that one. That's actually hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess there's 20 crew members just in orbit.
Yeah, I'm curious what they're doing. That surprised me.
They're humans, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're other like robots that we'll just get to meet.
I don't know.
Later in the series. I feel like
it has to, like, one of them's gonna show up.
I feel like in my memory there are no additional characters.
Yeah, I agree. I don't remember.
Like, I feel like everybody who we were introduced to is everybody who I remember from watching this on YTV way back in the day.
I guess it's possible, though, that maybe somebody would come in and it's like, oh, yeah, I do remember this extra guy. But yeah, and I mean, they both knew right away to scan for animals. And I think it's funny how the show is kind of showing us what the creator thinks of as like evil animals and not evil animals. You know what I mean? Like, I thought a cheetah maybe is an evil animal, but this is kind of changing my view.
No, totally. The bad guys, the Predacons, are all bugs and dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Which, like, I get why you wouldn't like bugs.
It makes sense, but
like dinosaurs?
It's kind of, yeah. And then it's even like he's telling us which dinosaurs he thinks are evil. And I guess it kind of lines up like pterodactyl and what are they? There's a pterodactyl, a raptor, a T-Rex. Those are the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And then there's like a wasp, a scorpion, and a tarantula, who we didn't see too much of, but in the battle he was
also, they
cool.
all fight with guns. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, like, I didn't remember that. And some of them, I wanted to say some of them make sense, but not really. I like the tarantula actually can shoot out of all of his legs.
That's
I thought
cool.
that was sick.
But the fact that Cheetor just like has a gun.
I know. Because, yeah, it's way cooler if the gun is within them.
Yeah, it's not really... Well, I guess it is a transformation. Like, what part of the cheetah's physiology comes off and becomes a gun?
Yeah, like, where is the gun when he's in cheetah form? So yeah, they're on the planet. There's this golden disc from Cybertron, and I don't really understand this.
Right.
So is Cybertron, that's a person?
No, Cybertron is the planet.
Okay.
All robot. Because I don't know what the species is called, because they're not called Autobots, or like these are just like the groups of them.
Yeah.
So I guess like where the Transformers are from is Cybertron.
Okay, right.
I feel like I remember that one from like the original, like the movie.
Right, and yeah, now that you say that, that makes sense. But yeah, I guess, and so there's the golden disc, and then that can point them in the direction of Energon, and I guess the Predacons had just stolen the disc, or were they trying to get it from, like, who has the golden disc right now?
No, yeah, well, the Predacons had it, but then Dinobot, right?
Yep.
Dinobot's like the usurper guy who's challenging everybody. Dinobot like threw it away. He was like, "What the
Oh yeah,
frig
right.
did we do this for?"
Uh-huh.
And he throws it away. He's like Starscream. His voice is Starscream too. Like
that's the thing. I don't know enough about Transformers to, other than Optimus and Megatron, I can make no kind of connection. But well, so like, he's the Starscream was like he's like a fighter jet or something, right?
Yeah, and he played the exact same role in Transformers. Like he was always like trying to take the the Decepticons lead from Megatron.
He's definitely my favorite of all the characters so far. And I definitely want to talk about who you think is the coolest and stuff like that. But to me, he's the best because he's just this 1v1, like, he loses the challenge for the Predacons, and then so he's like, I'm just going to do the same thing for these guys.
Yeah, totally.
1v1 me, bro. And, like, if you lose, I'll be, like, I like his attitude. And even if he loses, which I assume he is going to lose, I still like that he's just trying to move up and trying to take over, and he doesn't care who it is. So I really like him a lot.
True. I'm just like, what happens to him when he loses? Is he just done if he loses to Optimus?
He might just go back.
Everybody just calls Optimus.
Yeah, like, do they?
Is he not Optimus Prime anymore? Is he just Optimus?
Oh, yeah, does he not have a joke? Does he not have a name, like a maximal name?
Everybody's just calling him Optimus Prime or Optimus so far, but he did have that joke where he was like, he said something like, "The conditions are prime,"
or something like that. But to me, it makes sense because it's like primate or whatever, right? You know what I mean? So his name already kind of is an animal one.
I didn't even think of that.
And that's another thing. Everybody on the show is very creative, and we're able to come up with names right away. It seems like, and not only that, they remember each other's name right away. Like there was no like them getting mixed up a little bit at the beginning. It was just like everybody's calling them by their new name,
and they all knew how good they were. Like Cheetor and Optimus Prime are like looking out, and Cheetor's like, check out those guys. And Optimus Prime is like, yeah, they're really fast. You picked a good form. And he's like, that's nothing. You haven't seen the golden rocket yet. Like, he's so cocky off the bat about the abilities of an animal he knows nothing about.
And then he runs out of view, so like they can't even see him running anymore. You know what I mean? Like he does it to show off, and then he just goes around the corner, and they're just like, okay, I guess he's gone. But yeah, everybody's very creative, and I liked. It seemed like, and yeah, does Megatron? Does he have a animal name? Is he called?
No,
anything?
everybody's
He's
just calling him Megatron.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems unfair.
He's the one who coined Maximal and Predacon, because before they even interact with the Maximals, he's like, we got to get the Maximals. And then so I was kind of like, whoa. And, you know, I could be wrong, but yeah, I'm pretty sure he came up with that. And I was like, so I wonder if we're going to hear the Maximals call themselves that separately. But then when they have the showdown, he mentions Maximals. So I think they kind of go, oh, well, that's pretty cool. And they'll start calling themselves the Maximals. But he coined it.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's weird, though, because when they don't say transform, the Maximals say maximize. And the Predacons say terrorize.
Yeah, which is cool. Like... Because terrorize is like, we're doing something to you, and maximize is kind of like just like a personal thing.
Yeah, like
I like I think terrorize is cooler. I don't know which side I'm on yet, but I think terrorize is a cooler thing to say.
Yeah, me either. I honestly, I don't have problems really with any character except for Rat Trap at this point.
I agree.
Who's like from New York, I guess.
Yeah.
And is just like a complete coward.
Yeah. He bitched out completely in the battle, and then like disrespected Optimus in the aftermath.
Dude.
And then Optimus takes the high route and like admits some kind of fault. Like, it really showed, how much of a kind of a rap trad it. Like, it makes sense, but still, I didn't like him that much.
Yeah, literally the only character that I was like, that's the only one who's like leaving a sour taste in my mouth. Like, even the bad guys are pretty cool at this point. And sure, some of them didn't talk. And
we don't know too much yet.
The one, was it the Scorpion guy who we saw get to fight a little, kind of beat up?
Yeah, because he shot at Dinobot. And just kind of one-shot at him.
A push shot.
Yeah, just like blasted him. And then he did like a little, like, clamped his hands to kind of show off a little.
That's how scorpions clap.
Mm-hmm. Also, I don't know if this is a real thing, but Cheetor stayed in animal form for a super long time. Like, everybody kind of lost energy around the same time, but like Cheetor had been in bot form like even way before that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he had for a really long time without losing out, I found.
Yeah, I feel like Energon poisoning or whatever the effect is going to be like one of those things that's like used only in like opportune moments.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't feel like there's going to be a rhyme or reason ever explained.
Well, it's possible that there are Energon pulses and that it's not just a consistent thing, that it like comes in waves.
Well, that's
you know what I mean?
Megatron said when they started like shorting out, he was like, Energon, not overload. He said like Energon buildup. He's like, there's an Energon buildup. Return to...
Oh, right. Yeah, he does say that.
Predator form.
Yeah, okay.
One more thing about the like universe setting of the story. Apparently there was a great war. At one point, when everybody's like fighting, they mention that there was a great war that was what made... Energon so important.
Okay.
So I wonder, was it a war between... It must have been between the Predacons and Autobots or whatever. Like, I'm not sure. Then they say that there was peace for centuries.
Yeah, right?
Like, these were almost like consecutive things.
Yeah, like they trusted Megatron, but he just admits that he was just faking.
Right,
until he could do this
or something. Then they say the Scorpion guy's name, and I don't think I heard it right. Is it Skirpana?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I swear I heard Skirpana. Can we get all the characters down real quick?
I'm not gonna get. I mean, I think we both know the Maximals.
I don't. What's the?
No, I don't know. Rhinoc.
Rhinoc,
right?
Okay.
And then, I really think it's Rhinoc. And then there's, Cheetor, Rat Trap,
Optimus.
Yeah, Optimus Prime.
That's it, right? There's just 4.
Is it? Yeah. Are there only 4 of them? Yeah. You're right. And then we got Megatron, Dinobot, and then I don't know any of the other ones.
Skirpanaut.
Yeah.
And I remember Waspinator because he was my favorite from back in the day.
That's an easy name to remember. I like that.
So then there's the spider tarantula guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the pterodactyl said it. He's like pterosaur or something.
Okay.
Because I was like, because he said pterosaur terrorize.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, that's
nice.
Sounds redundant.
Oh, yeah.
You like that?
What? Oh, yeah. I thought it was cool, but I liked him because
I thought that was lame.
I was thinking who had the coolest transformation yell or whatever, and I wasn't really thinking like what the words were, but like who said it the coolest. And Rat Trap actually had a really cool one, and the pterodactyl, they kind of sounded to me like they could be like metal vocalists almost. Like they kind of like really like he was like Rat Trap, and like the pterodactyl had like a really good like crazy scream. Nice. So I thought they had pretty good. Yeah, I don't know what you call that transformation declaration or whatever.
The transformation declaration.
Yeah,
that was Abraham Lincoln, I think.
Yeah. Go here. Everybody's very polite, taking turns to transform, I found, and there's kind of like everybody speaks very politely in general. I thought there was a couple
Rat Trap.
Yeah, Rat Trap is disrespectful.
Rat Trap is like, check out these nuts, please.
Yeah. Who said they were like he had bearings of chrome steel? I thought that was pretty good.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was
Rhinoc said it
about Dinobot.
Yeah, you're right. That is what it is.
I think that's what happened. Yeah. Was that a compliment?
I think so. Well, I think it was
like you're shining.
I think it was kind of a compliment, but in that like you must be crazy to do this, but also like you must be very brave. But I think you're stupid. Is kind of what I got from it.
Oh, bearings of chrome steel is like saying he's got big balls.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Like he's got balls of steel. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. I honestly, and I didn't follow any of it when I was a kid. If I think of my memories of watching this as a kid, it just seemed like my memory is them all just standing around talking to each other on like open plains with like no scenery at all, which is basically what it is. Like
there's a lot of open plains,
just like maybe like a hill or two. I think they were fighting at like a ravine, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
A valley or something.
It's crazy how close together the bases are. I thought. I mean, technically we don't really know, but it seems like it takes like 20 minutes to get to the other base or something. Like,
yeah, and the opening scene definitely makes you feel like they're like quite a distance away.
Yeah, I thought it was really far, and I don't know, I guess when Cheetor interacts with Waspinator, I guess those are both characters that would be able to travel far in a short amount of time. So
just wait. I love how you look down and like enunciate the characters' names super closely. You're like, when Cheetor interacted with Waspinator.
Well, I want to get it right, you know.
Don't offend him. Yeah, no. I agree though.
Because that's what made me think that they're pretty close. But then now that I think about it, maybe
Cheetor is super fast.
He's super fast, and who knows what kind of stuff Waspinator flew over to get to that tree or whatever. I don't know what he was doing there, but
wasp. A big wasp is probably really fast.
Yeah.
Little wasp.
Who do you think is the coolest so far?
I think the coolest like character that we got to meet is probably Optimus.
Right. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
But I think the coolest looking in both forms is Skurpana. And obviously we'll learn if that's his name or not
that's
in
it.
upcoming episodes.
Yeah, he is very cool. I agree.
Your favorite is
Dinobot.
But you also like Pterosaur for his transformation.
Yeah, for his scream I thought was cool. But I mean, I liked Rat Trap's too, but I definitely don't respect Rat Trap.
Right. I hope Rat Trap like has an arc or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking he has to redeem himself or something, because that was crazy.
And no remorse either. He was like, "What are you hammering on me for, Optimus? We beat those guys anyway." And Optimus is like, "Dude, fucking Cheetor's leg got crushed, man. I don't know. Thank God for Optimus, because he seems like the only one with a head on his shoulders. I'm pretty sure Rhinoc is just the car. Like, what did he do the whole episode?
yeah, that's true.
For, like, the other guys rode on him.
He was behind a rock. What, does he have a gun, or does he have a blast, like a hand cannon? I wonder. I don't really remember.
Yeah, I feel like he was like the one I was watching the least closely.
I like Megatron just has the T-Rex head as a harm. I thought that was sick.
Yeah. And that like shoots stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
so I thought his bot form was pretty cool, and his transformation is kind of cool. Like everything kind of like spins around. I think he's pretty cool. Although T-Rex form is there is a silliness to the T-Rex with his little arms and whatever he does with his arms.
His voice is a little silly too.
Yeah.
Like I definitely at some points was like, I wish he was a little bit more menacing, like a little less like goofy. And then he totally did do that thing where like he lifted his arms up and like twiddled his fingers when he was getting angry. And it felt, I couldn't take it, you know what I mean? You can't take it seriously.
He's used to doing hand gestures in his normal form, but he doesn't realize that now that he's in T-Rex form, it's not really the same effect when you do it with T-Rex arms. But we'll see. I'm going to be watching his arms for sure in the next one. And
what do you think is coming? Can you foresee anything?
Well, they made it a point to mention that time was a thing, which made it even more confusing to me. Like already I was trying to keep track, and then they mentioned that because of, I don't remember the explanation, but that they could be in any time. I was just like, oh my God, like, okay, here's like another whole level thrown into this.
Right, like they somehow could have traveled to another time, you mean?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because we could be any place and any time or whatever he said.
Right.
So I'm like, if they mentioned that, does that mean that for sure there's going to be some kind of time thing in the future? Or is that just a way of being like, hey, we can do whatever we want and we don't really need to explain it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like, it's hard to understand goals right now. Because they want Energon.
And they also just want to get off the planet, I guess. They want to like repair the ship and get back to whatever they were doing.
Right. Okay.
Right? Because I think, they want to do that, but then I guess the whole, like, Megatron was just trying to find Energon. Like, they were headed to some other planet that had more Energon or something. But then I guess he's like, okay, there's Energon here, so that's my understanding, is that it's like repair ship, get Energon. But I don't know if the Maximals are looking for Energon or not.
They're just trying to stop the Predacons?
Yeah, or get the disc back. Or I don't know if the disc is just, like, done or, like, on the ground somewhere. Or if the Maximals want to get that, or what's going on with that.
I'm not sure. Maybe Skurpana picked it back up after Dinobot threw it. But I feel like he just, like, chucked it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's not the last we've seen of it.
Well, on that note, I guess that's...
Yeah, that's pretty much everything I noticed. Yeah, I'm excited for the next episode. It looks like there's a lot of explosions and battle.
I feel like we'll be able to count on that for every episode. I feel like there's not going to be the kind of filler in this sort of cartoon where there's no fighting. I feel like the filler is mostly going to be fighting, and I doubt if we'll see anything outside of that, or very much outside of that.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the format, that there is fighting every episode.
That's my guess. It's going to be like high fighting, low story, and we're probably going to have to impose most of the story onto it.
Fill in the cracks.
Because so far I've got more questions than anything.
That's good though for a first episode, right?
Yeah,
I am actually like I'm like I can't wait to watch the next episode.
Exactly,
like I'm pumped.
I feel like the week to week thing as well will help with like being like, okay, like it's exciting. You know what I mean? It keeps it interesting.
Oh yeah,
it keeps it exciting. I feel like if we were binging this, we'd hit like episode 6 and we'd be like, you know what I mean? But I feel like there's a very good possibility that watching this in the way it was originally intended to be watched,
right,
week by week on Saturday, I think it might advance or improve the experience.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. And also the fact that we get to talk about it and kind of fill in the gaps for each other to make sure we're both understanding everything and then watching the next episode. Because if I was just binging it, there'd be stuff where I'd be like, I don't really understand this, but whatever, I'll just keep watching. But now I'm like, okay, we're going into the next episode. I don't know a couple names or whatever, but like I have a solid understanding of what's happening, and see where that's gonna go.
100% stoked. All right, well that's it for us. Thanks for listening, and definitely come back next week for the next episode.
All right,
that's Beastiesality.
Yes, see you later, guys.